Hey guys, it's me, Michaela Kanji, and I am. You remember I was going to do reacting? I'm going to look up reacting videos. Like, I don't know. Weird things in the world. I don't know if that's actually weird. That's my sister. Yeah, weird things. Oh my gosh. 10 strangers. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. So let's get to it.
There is a huge chunk of the world around us that we have yet to discover, and there are things hidden around us that can turn our lives upside down. Here are 10 rare discoveries found on Earth. Before we start digging, hit that subscribe button and show us some love. Bosnian Sphere. This massive sphere was discovered near the town of Zavidovići in Bosnia and was discovered by a man named Semir Osmanagić. The sphere is believed to be the largest man-made sphere in the world and proving that humans had advanced technology thousands of years ago. While there is some controversy as to whether the sphere was man-made or nature-made, there is no doubt that its size is nothing short of impressive. Graubel Man. When bodies are discovered in a bog, they are usually just heaps of mummified skin and bones with little to no distinctions of face or body type. However, in 1952, a team of peat diggers discovered a bog body in the village of Graubel in Jutland, Denmark. The body was so well preserved that its hair, a reddish-brown color, was almost perfectly preserved. Graubel Man dated back to the late 3rd century, had smooth hands, meaning he didn't do any hard labor, and seemed to suffer from an aging disease. Looking at the body, you would think it was an alien from another planet. Volgograd Discs. Located in the Volgograd region of Russia, a UFO group unearthed over a dozen strange disc-shaped stones that tested heavy on containing tungsten, which is a military-grade type of metal. The discovery was made by the UFO group known as Cosmopoisk, and they are led by Vadim Chernobrov. Their rare discovery was made during excavations in the Zhirnovsky district of the Volgograd region. While the group thinks the stones come from aliens, researchers from a local museum agree that the stone's UFO shape came from erosion. Nazca Lines. Unless you've been flying a plane over southern Peru, then you probably haven't seen the Nazca Lines in person yet. Nazca Lines are mysterious white lines of geometric shapes and pictures and were believed to have been created between 500 BC and 700 AD. It is unknown what their specific use was for, but of course, conspiracy theorists believe the Nazca Lines were communicating messages to aliens. Even though a few thousand years have passed, the lines can still be seen. Venetian Vampires. In 2006, the skeletal remains of a 16th century woman were found in Venice, Italy, with a disturbing addition, a brick stuffed in the skull's jaw. Historians initially believed that the remains belonged to someone who was seen as a vampire. Now there is speculation that the corpse belonged to a woman who was accused of witchcraft. Post-mortem analysis found that the woman's jaw was forced open by a brick, which was an exorcism technique in 1600s Italy. Also, the woman was between the age of 61 and 71. Mount Owen Claw. It looks like the hand of a monster, but it is actually the severed limb from an extinct bird known as the moa. It was discovered by archaeologists in 1986 in New Zealand while they were digging down deep inside an ancient cave. What was incredible and rare about the discovery was that the flesh and the muscles were still intact, despite the fact that the bird disappeared about 2,000 years ago. The bird, which was about 12 feet high and wingless, went extinct thanks to early humans. The moa claw is preserved in the Natural History Museum. baby disposal. In Ashkelon, Israel, archaeologists were shocked to discover the remains of nearly 100 babies in the sewers of an ancient Roman Byzantine bathhouse. One of the sadder parts was that the skeletons were mainly intact and seemed to be thrown down the drain soon after death. Granted, in ancient Roman times, the lives of babies were not seen as valuable, so these babies could have died for any reason. Maybe they were the babies of prostitutes or invaders who were trying to annihilate a generation of their enemies. Sacsayhuaman. Located in Cusco, Peru, the Sacsayhuaman is an ancient wall that started construction in 1100 by the Quilca people and continued for over 100 years. Upon completion, the Sacsayhuaman is comprised of several different kinds of rock, including yucca limestones, diorite blocks, and dark andesite. The wall was built in a zigzag-like design, and while there is no confirmation as to what they were used for, the walls are used for ceremonial purposes in modern-day Peru. New parts of the walls continue to be discovered, with a new section discovered in 2008. Dique spheres. Also known as the stone spheres of Costa Rica, the Dique spheres are a collection of over 300 spheres, and they range in size from a few centimeters to several feet in diameter. Some of the heaviest spheres weigh about 15 tons, with some made from sandstone while others are made from limestone. It is said that most of the spheres are near perfect in their shape, and their purpose still remains a mystery, as well as their origin. Göbekli Tepe. The Göbekli Tepe is, at the moment, considered to be the oldest archaeological site in the world. Located in Turkey, the site was first surveyed in 1963, but no further excavation was done until 1994, when the large T-shaped pillars were discovered in a more thorough dig. Historians believe that Göbekli Tepe was abandoned around 10,000 years ago and was a place where people worshipped their deities. What is most incredible about Göbekli Tepe is that it predates Stonehenge by 6,000 years. Please check out our good friend Matthew Santoro and his amazing channel with incredible videos like 10 people who predicted their own death and so much more. Take a second to pay him a visit and subscribe if you like what you see.
So guys, that was it. Thank you for watching with me and stuff. My sister, it's weird stuff. But thank you, and weird things in the world. I know, weird things in the world. There are such weird things in the world.
Ew. Okay.
Ooh, is that tongue? 10 weird things you didn't know that your body could do. Oh my gosh. That makes me feel so weird. Oh yeah, our body does do that. Like, my body does do that. The hand little thing. If y'all want to watch it, comment down below.
Ew. That's nasty.
Facts First presents 10 weird things about your body. Twitching eye. If you've ever gotten that annoying eye twitch, there's actually a reason for it. This tiny muscle spasm occurs due to the eyelash mites in your eye. Over half of the world's population has these microscopic creatures in their eyes. Not only can they make your eyes twitch, but they can also make your eyes itchy. To determine if you actually have these tiny mites, you'd need to look at your eyelashes under a microscope. Your feet don't stop growing. When you're in your teens, your feet usually stop growing. What you might not know, though, is that when you get older, your feet will start growing all over again. Over the years, the ligaments and tendons in your feet can start to weaken, and this causes your arches to weaken, making your feet get wider and longer. This won't happen to everyone. However, if you are overweight or you're prone to swollen feet and ankles, well, you can expect to go up at least a shoe size when you're in your 70s or 80s. Your insides can shift. If you've ever been on a roller coaster, you'd understand the feeling of nausea when the roller coaster twists and flips. This happens because your insides are actually shifting. The good news is that this phenomenon is not dangerous. The nerves in your insides detect the movement. This can make you feel sick, and in some cases it can result in you vomiting. Even if you don't get nauseous, you will at least feel your stomach has jumped into your throat. Old people's smell is real. Studies have shown that there is a distinctive young person smell. There's also a distinctive middle-aged person smell. But the old person smell, it is much stronger and intense. Now, if you're thinking that the old person smell is bad, think again. It's actually a more pleasant smell than the smell of younger and middle-aged people. All right, something to look forward to with age, huh? Well, if you know an old person who does have an awful smell to them, you might be able to blame that on their cologne. Or maybe they just need to take a bath. It's definitely not their natural old person smell, though. Your sense of taste is altered due to the temperature of your food or drink. Most people don't know it, but temperature can actually affect flavor. There are certain taste bud receptors that are more sensitive to the temperature of the food or drink. For example, you might love the taste of hot coffee, but room temperature coffee could taste very bitter. It's not uncommon for your taste bud receptors to change the true taste of the things that you eat or drink. Your joints can give you a weather forecast. You might not know this, but your body might be able to predict the weather better than your local meteorologist. This is because the pressure in the air, it drops right before it rains or snows. And this shift in pressure can make your joints begin to swell. For some people, this change is so minor that you probably don't even realize it. But if you have joint problems, or if you've ever had a broken bone, you'll feel that pain before it starts to rain. If you're planning an outdoor party or gathering, it's best to turn on the local news and check the forecast. You don't want to trust your joints on something that important. Your teeth will shift as you age. As you age, your teeth will begin to move. You suffer from bone loss the older you get, and this includes the bone behind your gums. So when you lose enough of this bone, your teeth can begin to shift on you. If you're a smoker, or if you suffer from gum disease, you might notice that your teeth are shifting even more. Even if you've had braces when you were a teen or a young adult, you can still expect your teeth to shift a bit. This is very upsetting to people who spent years to get their teeth perfect and straight. Number 8, your tongue and your fingers have something in common. Everyone knows that everybody has their own distinct fingerprint pattern. Fingerprints are used for a variety of reasons, such as police and detective cases, to unlock your smartphone, and even to unlock your front door in some cases. What you might not know is that your tongue also has its own distinct print. No two people share the same fingerprints or tongue prints. You shouldn't expect electronics or the police to start taking your tongue prints anytime soon. Thank goodness. That would be pretty gross and really unsanitary. Exploding head syndrome. At some time in their lives, some people will hear a very loud noise, but people around them may not hear anything at all. If you hear this loud noise and nobody else does, it doesn't mean that you are crazy. You might have something called exploding head syndrome. Now, it is rare, but it's actually a real condition, and in most cases, you'll hear the sound just once, and then never again. In other cases, it can happen time and time again. While there's no cure for the problem, you should at least let your doctor know what's going on if it happens often. Your brain has a big appetite and great needs. This is an example of the weird things you didn't know your body could do. Your brain has a huge job to do all day, every day. For such an important organ, it makes up only 2% of your body. Even though your brain is small, it still requires a great deal of your daily calories. In total, your brain requires at least 20% of the oxygen or calories that you consume. For such a small organ, this is a high number. You don't need to worry, though. If you consume too many calories, your brain is not going to get overweight. If somebody calls you a fathead, they're referring to something else. Subscribe for more.
Yep, and subscribe to me. So thank you for watching this with us. And yes, I'm really excited that you came here. Well, not came here, but yeah, that you came. Wait, no, that you watched this video. So thank you and have a nice day. Peace out.